Alrighty, what is up guys? Evanaldo here. Welcome back. If you enjoyed the content, please leave a like. Wanted to show you a few of the latest trades in exclusive Discord that I've been doing lately. So did an ETH short the other day. That was like for the weekend, hit first take profit, then was stopped out in profit. Then for a swing ETH swing long, I've been in for a little bit of time now, probably since Friday, I believe. Locked in some profits, and then a Bitcoin swing long as well. I've been in locked in profits there. These may get stopped out in profit relatively soon. Been a new kind of ETH scalp day short. ETH was pretty good for the short entry, so yeah, just wanted to show you those. Obviously, don't always have all wins like that, but we do pretty good in the Discord overall. Has a really good group of people and a lot of really good people. It's a great community if you guys are interested. Shout out to Young Pilot. A lot of really great calls by him. Does a lot of good TA here too. So yeah, really good community. If you're interested, check it out. Also, the other thing I want to show to you, follow my Twitch, please. Live streams are exclusively on Twitch. I showed you guys and entered the ETH short, kind of gave a freebie out on the Twitch live stream this morning. So obviously not right 100% of the time, but there's a lot of good things you get out of the Twitch, so check that out. And if you're interested in trading, check out the link to BITGET down below. Really good promo going on right now. I think this ends pretty soon, so get in while it's still hot. So what I want to show you on Bitcoin to kind of start out here is the 3-week. And the 3-week is important. I think generally, we're going to see what happens here. Is this kind of, when we come into the red, I think regardless, when we do confirm the red, regardless of whether we go down or come up or whatever happens, I think it'll be a really good long-term buy opportunity for Bitcoin. This is going to be kind of a first. We've never really had this happen before, and I think most likely it should come in pretty quickly. We could come up with the VWAP here and then come down into the red, giving us a big kind of drop down into the middle of the year for a potential bottom. Maybe it's more of a gradual decline instead of the capitulation that I've been thinking would happen, similar to the bottom in 2018 or the bottom in 2015. That's what I was thinking so far. Now I'm kind of rethinking that. Maybe it could be a little bit different this time. Also, we can look at the 2-week. You're in the red. So I think ultimately, if you're somebody who's a little bit more trigger happy, you want to get into Bitcoin because you have FOMO and you want to lose money. No, I'm just kidding. But you're somebody who's more bullish on Bitcoin. You have a more bullish outlook. Now would be a nice 10-month DCA period until probably towards the end of this year, until September, October. It'd be a good place to start DCAing in until then, and that would probably set you up very well in the next bull run. Even if we don't make new all-time highs, say we just come up to 30 or 40K, that's still a nice buck right there. And the next thing I want to show you here is some of these lower time frames. Just look at the 10-day. Yeah, I mean, you're coming up with the money flow a little bit. This would tell you that you've already bought it in terms of how it is here. Also, the thing is, you're kind of waiting for more yellow X's. And the other thing too would be you're looking for another yellow X or maybe 2 more here. And this would be usually you need 4 to 5 yellow X's to really bottom out. This would be the case for bottoming out if you follow kind of this pattern, bottoming out in a few months from now, maybe even March, April, something of that nature, just a few months from now. More gradual boring market just bores a lot of people away, just gets a lot of people to leave because of that, and then there's your buying opportunity. Now, 3-day was very powerful. This was the reason why I put in the swing longs, part of, at least a lot of the reason why I put in the swing longs a few days ago. Those hit their first take profits. This did pretty well. This is a big reason I believe that CryptoFace said he was long as well. So yeah, I mean, obviously bullish div, money flow coming up, kind of a no-brainer there. And some ways to you're probably going to get a swing long. If you just go long and wait a few days, you're probably going to be in the profit at some point in it. And now we're looking at our VWAP starting to come up some more. It could be like over here. It could be like over here. So definitely the big thing I want to talk to you guys about here is now you have the daily too. The thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is the possibility that we've topped out here and we're kind of headed down. And this is what I'm drawing out. It's kind of a head and shoulders here, obviously a bearish thing. And your VWAP been above the 0 line for a while. Look at the money flow here as you were coming up. You're getting close to where that was in terms of momentum wave. And the money flow, that could be a drop down. And that could bring us theoretically to new lows. I mean, that's 7% from right there, but from the top there. And Powell speaks tomorrow. I was thinking about it some more. Maybe he might sound more hawkish. The man always sounds hawkish, it seems like. Maybe that's what we're looking for. In terms of him sounding hawkish, you got CPI report coming out. We don't know if that's going to be good. Maybe it won't be too good. There's a decent case that we've kind of hit kind of the top here. This would be the case to come back down. break out of that, you know, head and shoulders, your technical target is going to be around these areas, you know, probably mid 14s. And the other thing I want to show you guys that would kind of, you know, be would make this argument stronger here is look at the split RSIs coming down and the same level. Look at this level where the momentum wave printed the red dot that's confirmed in 16 hours. You know, look at that area, and we could even go back. These were lower and they still played out pretty well. You know, this momentum wave was a little bit lower. RSIs were a tiny bit higher, but nothing too crazy. So similarly, when we get these high split RSIs, that's usually, especially in the 20 area, that's usually what we're looking for. I mean, even back here, you know, way back when, over the summer, that there, I mean, those did pretty well. So that's what we're looking at. Right now, I'm happy with my ETH short, and I took the ETH short. We'll talk about why I took that, but maybe I'm going to add to that ETH short and also start a Bitcoin swing short, you know, when this confirms here, because I think there's a decent possibility we could come down from here. If not, the bullish case would be to come higher. And let's look at some of, you know, the lower time frames here. Even the 10 hour, you know, split RSIs, these are high split RSIs. I mean, this obviously, okay, this one wasn't as high with the momentum wave. Here, higher, a bit higher, not as high as we are now, but you came down, you see? So that's what we're looking at right now. Also, you know, nothing too crazy. Money flow getting a little overheated on your 5 hour, 4 hour as well. Money flow, overheated money flow starting to curve down. Usually more of a bearish sign. It's kind of, you know, I think the big thing here is, do we hold this area that we're bouncing off of right now? Double bottom pattern, 15-minute, you know, bullish div right there. Does that play out? Or do we finally, does finally one of these places in the red give a good short opportunity? You know, these, well, that one kind of did for a little bit, but does one of these finally bring us down a lot when you cross over into the red? That's the big question here, and I think that it might this time. I have a feeling it might. So that's what I'm looking at right now in Bitcoin. Looking for that swing short if we can confirm that 20 hour in about 16 hours. Now, Ethereum, let me just show you quickly how I knew to go short, and this was kind of a really nice entry that I took this morning live on the Discord. Hitting a big point, that's a spiral line. Bearish div, so you can see the bearish div right here on the 15-minute bearish div with the money flow coming out, mind you. And money flow coming up, so that's a pretty big bearish div. Worked out very well here. I was a little lenient with the stop loss, about 13.52 I believe. Worked out very, very well so far. Locked in profits. Might be able to even get more out of that. Other thing on ETH, I just want to show you guys. I mean, ETH is like pretty similar to Bitcoin. You have your yellow X here. Obviously a pretty rare bearish sign on the weekly. You know, if you look at this area here, it's taken a little bit of time to play out. Probably a lot of people thought it would be like back here real quick. Now they're giving up, but maybe now it'll play out more. It could take some time. I mean, we could have a gradual decline in ETH, you know, for months here, for months down into the summer, down to 600, down to even, you know, 500, these areas. And that's really a market that'll bore a lot of people away. That's a market that'll really see the capitulation without just a flash capitulation. That could be the difference here. And that's kind of mirroring more how the S&P 500 is acted as well. More of a gradual decline. So that's what we're looking at in that. For ETH, I would say, I know it may be a long time to wait, but if you're more bearish, if you have a more pessimistic attitude, right here, once this goes into the red, that's your DCA opportunity. Just stick to Bitcoin for now if you're more pessimistic on ETH. But if you're more optimistic, 12-day, we were touching the red, we didn't confirm because we had the pump. You may come right back into the red, view up, curve, and down pretty soon. So keep an eye on that. That would be a really good 10-month DCA period for Ethereum. And just wanted to give you kind of the outlook. It's very similar to Bitcoin, I believe. Oh, actually, it's different in the 20 hour. It's not too often. It's different in terms of the RSIs. I really don't know too much of what to make of this, how I would interpret them coming together. They're still high up, so it still could be somewhat of a bearish case. Also, let's just look at some of these. So, yeah, that's the difference with ETH, and just because it has a lot less volatility. But the point we're hitting now, the spiral line in this area, is pretty significant. You also saw a lot of altcoin pumps, like wild altcoin pumps that just don't seem sustainable. So it kind of seems like this market wants to come down. I mean, we could have some real volatility this week, especially with Powell speaking. maybe that brings the market down tomorrow. Then CPI report is good on, I believe that's on Thursday, correct me if I'm wrong. That brings the market back up, so could be some volatility here, some serious volatility here. But what I'm thinking is we might finally see a place, you know, more than just this downward, or more than just this little downward here. We may see a real downward. I mean, you got your kind of head and shoulders there. Out of that, you probably have a technical target around 1290 or something. So I think it's possible you see a real, you know, real money flow crossover bring you down there. And moving on to Cardano, I just want to look at Cardano because this is one of the ones that really pumped up a lot. I mean, this isn't too sustainable in my opinion, at least in these type of market conditions. 43% in, you know, the last, oh man, last like 10 days. That's a lot. You know, and a Gala pump, that's one of them ones that pumped up a lot. Now you're finally hitting some traffic. Rejected pretty fiercely off of 34.5, or yeah, 34.5 cents coming down. And if you just look at the general pattern here, you get these jumps, but they're pretty short-lived. You know, you get these jumps, but they don't amount to too much, and then you just make lower lows. So if this is top or close to the top here, you're coming back down into the next few months, April, May, 17 cents, something of that nature. So be careful with it. That's what I'm looking at right now. It's a little weird with the DXY. You know, we didn't think this would just lose this area. I feel like based on kind of what Powell says, maybe what brings this up, and the Fed raising rates, the Fed being more hawkish is what could bring this up. Really keeping an eye on this, because if this goes down, you know, while the stock market goes down, while crypto keeps going down as well, that's where things could really get ugly. You're just getting some hyperinflation. You kind of want to root for this right now. I think for the kind of the state of the economy, you kind of want this to come up a little bit higher, at least for the next, you know, 6 months or something, and then you see your soft landing, because, you know, inflation is a serious thing. So yeah, that's pretty much all I got for you guys today. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. Please subscribe to the channel if you are new. If you're interested in my trading course, a lot of people have really liked it. Link in the description below. Discount code BEARMARKET20, 20% off. Really good beginner course on technical analysis, risk management, trading psychology, all that type of good stuff. So check that out if you are interested. And yeah, guys, have a good one. Goodbye.